I want to talk to you guys today about this little purchase that I just made. It's a $70,000 purchase. This is a Rolex Presidential, diamond bezel, diamond Roman numerals, all rose gold, and it's the 40 mil. And I'll tell you guys, this right here, most people will bling it to you guys, showing off of what they accomplished. And I know people love this. I know people love seeing affirmation. You guys have seen me all kinds of watches. I have a lot of them. Every one of them has a story and it has a milestone to it. This wasn't a milestone watch, but this watch took me 30 years to buy. And I'll tell you guys, I could have bought this watch 20 years ago and I never did. And I wanted this watch from the first time I saw it. My mentor, Bill, had one, the exact watch, except for the only difference was his was all gold. It was yellow gold. The dial was yellow gold. Everything was yellow gold. And I wanted this watch with a black face and in yellow gold because they didn't have the rose gold. But then I saw this watch last year, 2 years ago, and I went to go buy it and it wasn't available. So I ended up buying an AP. And one of the reasons that I bought the AP versus this watch right here was the fact that Rolex didn't have any inventory. It was gone. There was no inventory available that Rolex had anywhere. Nobody had it. And so I had seen this watch and I said, damn, when I find that watch in a diamond bezel and I do Roman numerals in the diamond Roman numerals, I'm going to buy it. And so this was the watch I wanted forever. And I really wanted the one that had the chocolate face in it with a new era. Now, the one I wanted prior was always the yellow gold, black face, same exact watch as this one. And at the time, it was a $60,000 purchase. This one now is a $70,000 purchase. I roll into the store in Hawaii, into the Ben Briggs, and the guy showed me all these Rolexes. And I said, you know, the watch I'm really looking for is the one with the chocolate face and the diamond bezel and the diamond Roman numerals. Before I could even say diamond Roman numerals and diamond bezel, but I said chocolate face Presidential 40 mil. He goes, I have it. And I said, no way. And I said, there's no way this guy has the watch, right? So he pulls it up and he has it. And I had no expectation of buying the damn thing that day. You know, I wasn't in the market that day, that moment for a $70,000 watch. And I almost felt guilty because I didn't have a milestone marker that would date this watch. And so I sat down, I said, you know what? I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to stay because I had a goal this year that I wanted to stabilize multiple multifamily deals because I wanted to have a milestone marker. And I didn't have that milestone marker for this one. And so I felt like, okay, I'm not getting it. And then I walked with my wife and my kids and all of them said, you're crazy, go get it. Because my wife knew I've been looking for it. And she goes, what's the chance of you finding that exact watch again? I said, I don't know. It might take a year, 2 years, 3 years. And it made my eyes tear up. Because when you have your spouse, your family that knows how hard you work and how much time you put into everything you've done, how diligent you've been, that in itself is a mile marker in itself. So I told him, I said, you guys are going to make me cry. And so I went back in, I bought the watch that day. And this is a mile marker watch. And I tell a story. I almost start tearing up a little bit now. You know what it is, guys? Is that 30 years ago, I saw a guy on stage and I was just a young kid. And I know some of you guys are just at the beginning of your 30-year journey right now. And I'm an old man now. And I'm not. I'm still young as hell. But old compared to that 30-year ago kid that was sitting there at the age of 20, 19 years old, just starting off my career. And I remember sitting there and going, God, I can get that. I know I can get that. If God truly made us equal, I can get that. And I know some of you guys are sitting here today going, I can get that. I can get that. I'm sitting here telling you guys, I don't buy this to show it off. I'm telling you guys, going, you guys can get this. I could have got this over 20 years ago, and I never did. Because that money was going towards something bigger. It was going in towards another house I was going to build. It was going in towards another retail center I was going to build. And then I would rob Peter to pay Paul to build another house and buy another piece of land to build another retail center, and then to buy another apartment complex or open up another business or buy another Subway store. And it was one thing after another, after another, after another. Now that I get close to my 50s and I'm about to turn 50 here soon, my wife, she's like, we got to start living. She goes, you've worked so damn hard. If we don't start living, she goes, what was it all worth? You know, and I sit back and I go, damn, we've been working so many years. We've worth millions upon millions of dollars now, millions upon hundreds of millions of dollars in assets. And I sit back and go, she's right. You know, I'm never going to do it. Right. So that's the same thing. You know, I sit in this house, and at the time when we bought this house, I go, shit, we don't need a 10,000 square foot house. And it's shy of that. It's like 8,900 square feet or whatever it is. And we didn't need it. But I said, shit, we're going to get it because we've worked so hard. And when we did it, we bought it cash. We put like a $300,000 mortgage on a multi-million-dollar home. And then I said, I bought this property for the land to build a big garage on. And so you guys see outside right now, I have a 3,000 square foot garage going in. And it's because if you don't live, you work hard. So you get to a certain age where you can enjoy this stuff. And if you work hard your whole life but never enjoy it, then what was it worth, right? And so one of the big things that we've been working towards our whole life was one, passive income. And it's been a goal of ours forever. And we have passive income now. We have apartment complexes that are under construction. We have them that are stabilized. We have retail centers that are stabilized that we've owned for years upon years. We have millions of dollars in the stock market and dividend paying. And, you know, we own all these assets and stuff, companies that cash flow and have cash flowed for years. And we've been blessed. But you need to have some type of affirmation too, that your journey is worth the road traveled, right? And you guys don't see me with a lot of flashy cars yet. And I've had them and I still have them. I've got my Porsche, my 911s. We've had the Range Rovers. We've had expensive cars, but I sit back and I go, okay, family or exotic cars. I got a garage full of motorcycles I can't drive because I'd rather spend time with my kids than in a 2-seater car that my wife and I could go out to dinner in, or selfishly me alone be in, but I don't get to spend time with my kids. You know what's more important to me than the time and those stupid things is time with my family. Like the vacation I just took and spent $20-some thousand on with my kids, my wife, my family for the last 10 days without even thinking about it. And while we're on that vacation, I go and buy a $70,000 watch. So the whole week probably cost me almost $100,000, but we've earned it 30 years. And so for those of you guys that sit back and you guys are sitting back at the beginning of your journeys and you guys are going, I hope it doesn't take me 30 years. I hope it doesn't take you 30 years either. I had good mentors, but one thing I pulled my foot off the pedal on in 1997 is mentors. And I kept my head mentored by books and authors like Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, and that type of stuff. But I stopped staying relevant with the times, and I stayed focused with what I had learned between 1993 and 1997, and it played me all the way to 2012. But in 2012, I felt empty, and I was making money, but I felt empty because I wasn't growing at the rate that I had grown in prior years because I bottlenecked myself in 2008 and the recession of 2008. And it wasn't until 2016 that I got my head straight and started using mentors again. And I really started scaling things. And so at that point in time, I said, you know what? I can wear this instead. I can't drive the fancy cars, the 2-seaters with my family all the time, but I can wear these. And I feel good when I wear my watches because it's affirmation. And I don't go out and they're stupid purchases because they don't make you money. Although this one right now, even though I paid 70s, probably I could sell it on the open market today for probably 100 grand because you can't find this anywhere. This sucker, there's people waiting. There's like a 1-year waiting list for this, and roll it. You can't order these watches like you did once upon a time. And so it's first come, first serve. First person that finds it can buy it. And we bought it, you know, because I just knew I wouldn't find it again. And so there is a milestone marker. It's called 30 years, ladies and gentlemen. And June of 2023 was my 30-year mark as an entrepreneur. Ask yourself how many people you know in your life that have a 30-year professional career of being self-employed. And not only self-employed, but successfully self-employed, where for 30 years, the first 2.5 to 3 years were miserable, but the best years I ever had, because they were my learning years. I wouldn't trade those 2.5, 3 years for anything, any money in the world. I would never give those years back, because those years are what gave me the next 27 years that have made me to where I am today. And we've been blessed, ladies and gentlemen, for the last 25 plus years have been a blessing. And so this watch comes from the means of financial independence through the means of passive income that we've been able to create. It's affirmation for me. And it's the reminder that I do deserve it. And you guys do too. And one of the biggest reasons that most people don't ever make it is because they don't feel they're deserving. And because they don't feel they're deserving, they never make it in life. And I knew I deserved it. I knew that in 1993, when I quit my job at the grocery store as an assistant manager, I knew at that time that I deserved better, and it was why I quit. I quit because I knew that if I stayed there, I saw these guys who were graduating college. They were making at that time probably $25,000 to $30,000 a year, where the median income at that time was like $28,000 a year. So they were just making enough to make a living, but they were just over broke. And I got scared. I got scared that I get stuck there because I was getting to the top end of that company in that grocery store. It was Smith's grocery store, which is Kroger brand, that you guys all know. It's the #1 largest grocery chain in the world, over Publix, following #2. And I just left. I left that, and 30 years of success in my life has come through the means of entrepreneurship and business. And so this is milestone number 30, ladies and gentlemen. Typically, they say the golden anniversary is 50. I don't want to wait for 50 years, and I don't want to be almost 70 years old before I get this for my golden anniversary. Like they say in marriage, I did it my golden anniversary in 30-year entrepreneurship, and this represents that I have made it. I will continue making it, and I'll continue making it because it's a choice, and it's been a 30-year hard, grueling career, and it's been a blessing because it's given us things that I couldn't have given my children otherwise, and it can give the same to you. So ladies and gentlemen, I sit here today with a story about my 30-year milestone marker and a $70,000 purchase, and I have one other watch that is worth and valued a little more than this one, but this is the one that means everything in regards to watches, not everything in life, just everything in regards to milestone markers and affirmation, because when that man walked across the stage over 30 years ago, and I saw that thing, I said, I will get one. But it hasn't been as important to me. But today, feeling of buying this doesn't affect my life one way or another. The money comes in, we make it and earn it in such a quick amount of time now. We've been blessed to be able to do so. And I wish upon all of you that you have the same abilities to go out and create affirmation in your life and hit a 30-year milestone marker. And I hope your milestone marker number 10 gives you the affirmation of this in your life, as it has for me after 30 years. Anyways, nonetheless, God bless you guys. Go out there, crush it, never give up. There's ups and downs in life. Never give up your dreams, but don't compromise the big picture of lifestyle with family, your wife, your children, and the things that are more important than a stupid watch. Go out there and create a life for you. And then on top of it, just put a little icing on the cake, carve out a little happy birthday or congratulations on your anniversary, milestone number 30, and go out and do something that just icings the cake for you. And the real reward is your life as a whole. God bless you guys. Go out and compound your success.